Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and my space. For those of you who are new, my name is Racquel, and those of you who are returning, thank you so much for clicking on for another one of my videos. I am trying something new here on my channel. I'm still doing my tarot and I'm still doing my uplifting spiritual videos, explaining spirituality and, the other side and stuff like that. But today I kind of wanted to take a more laid back approach, and I wanted to fill you guys in on what I have been going through. I'd like to say, and I'd like to call myself a spiritual magnet or a paranormal magnet. Ever since I was little, I've had paranormal experiences, one right after the other. No matter where I move to, no matter if it's haunted or not, I always have paranormal experiences. Some good, some bad, yeah. So, but, I'm not going to dive all the way back into my childhood to what my first paranormal experience was. I might do that in a later video. I just want to let you know I'm still doing my tarot and I'm still doing my spiritual stuff on this channel. This is just, I was thinking about every Sunday, taking a paranormal story from my life and relaying it to you. Also, if you have any paranormal stories or if anything is going crazy in your home or something like that and you'd like me to share it, please email me. My email is in the description box below. You can remain anonymous if you want your story told. All right, so this is, now I always talk about signs and synchronicities and how things, come together at the right time and it's like divine timing and fated. So I'm going to tell you this story about a house that I lived in the country. And, well, it wasn't really country. It's like suburban country, I guess you would say. I don't know. It was pretty far out there, and we had a well. This house, I am going to dub it the Napier House because I lived on the street called Napier, and Napier in and of itself is a spooky name for a road. Napier. I don't know. It sounds spooky to me. So, this story starts off with me and my husband. We had just had my daughter, and I got pregnant again, and I was about to have a son. And we were living in a house in a downtown area, and it was just a one-bedroom, apartment that was in a house. So we wanted, of course, we're having a second baby, we wanted a 3-bedroom. So my husband was like, well, we looked all over the place, couldn't find nothing. And my husband just out of the blue one day, he's like, let's get in the car and let's drive through the country. Maybe we'll find a house to rent in the country. So I started laughing at him. I'm like, no, you're not going to find a house to rent in the country. Houses that are in the country that are up for, people to move in is usually they're selling their house. I'm like, we're not going to find a house to rent in the country. Should have never said that. That should have been my main indicator. So we go for this drive, and we're driving for about 2 or 3 hours around the country. And we're just about to head back, and we see Napier. My husband's like, well, let's just try this road. So he turns down it. And then, sure enough, after these windy little curves, boom, for rent. I'm looking at this house from the outside, and I'm seeing all the yardage, and I'm seeing like a good place for my kids to play and grow up. But I have always been psychic, and I am a paranormal magnet. So I look at this house, and while I could envision my kids playing in the front yard, something about the house was creepy to me. It was just creepy. And a voice inside my head said no. But my husband really wanted to move out to that house. There was, my husband is a mechanic, so there was like tons of room for him to do his stuff. So, okay, fine, we'll move in. Upon the first day of move-in, that night I was walking up to the house and I just got a creepy feeling. I just felt like there was something watching me from on top of my house. I know that's crazy. But I never liked it. And I'm going to go in maybe in another episode of all the creepy things that used to happen in that house and all the crazy, weird, and I was attacked in that house by something unseen a couple of times. But there's so much that has happened in that house for me. I'm going to probably do that in different parts. But I just wanted you to get a gist of how this house's energy was. The first night we were there, we were unpacking, and we decided that we were going to go get pizza or run and get pizza. And the boys me and my friend decided we were going to go get pizza, and the boys were still moving furniture in. So they were still moving furniture in, and me and my friend were unpacking the kitchen. Well, we got back from getting the pizza, and we come in and we all eat, and then me and my friend go into the kitchen to unpack the dishes. So I'm looking all over for the box. Me and her are looking all over for the box with the dishes. Couldn't find the box with the dishes. I asked my husband, did we leave it at the old place? And he's like, no, we got everything out of the old place. Haven't found the dishes, right? I'm like, this is crazy. So I decided that it had to have been like put somewhere else. Everybody else had started to leave by this point. So I thought, well, maybe they put it in another room. I go to open a cabinet and the dishes are all stacked in the cabinet. Like somebody had unpacked the dishes. And I asked my husband, I was like, did you unpack the boxes? He was like, that's your job. My job was to move the furniture. Yeah. And it was just me and my girlfriend that were unpacking boxes, and I went with her to get pizza. We were with each other the whole time. She swears to God that she never did this, okay? So that was upon moving. And then, the next couple of days, there was whistling or humming or singing. We'd hear humming and singing. And my husband was like, that's probably just the fridge. I'm like, refrigerators don't do different octaves and different tones of humming and singing. But he was a skeptic. I go out to the garage. This was like a couple of days later. I go out to the garage and I look up on this wooden beam, and it says October 14th, 1983. My birth date is October 14th, 1983. I was born in a totally different state, and we ended up getting a house that had my birth date on a wooden piece. I told my husband, I was like, I don't want to live here. I just had bad, creepy vibes about it. I did not want to live there. But eventually you get over it. It was beautiful. I woke up, waking up to seeing deer in your backyard and stuff like that. It was nice, so I'm like on this fence of like, I really love this place. It's so beautiful. But then again, there's something really creepy about it. I really don't want to live here. And so that's just the tone of the house. The cabinets, they would open up in the middle of the night. You get up to get a drink of water and all the cabinets would be open, like stuff like that. Well, cut to my last, I'm not going to tell you all of my experiences in that house or how I was attacked, but I'm just going to say, I will in other videos. If you like this, comment below if you like this, if you want to hear more about this house. But I am going to tell you a weird synchronicity. that happened. That was just one weird synchronicity. My birth date on that beam was just one weird synchronicity, okay? So we finally end up moving out, and I was so excited to move out of that house because of all the stuff I've been put through for 7 years, because I lived in that house for 7 years. And then we moved out, so like about, I don't know, 4 or 5 months later, my husband's best friend called up my husband and said, "You'll never guess where I'm living now." And my husband goes, "Where?" "The Napier House." We were like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, my friend from childhood, I got together with her, and now I'm living in that. She lives in the house that you guys moved out of. She lives in the house that you guys moved out of." So, I met her once or twice, and we bonded over that Napier house, because she was going, and her sons were going through the same things that I went through in that house, experiencing the same things I went through in that house. She came home from work one day, and both of her kids were on the front porch because they were afraid to go in the house because something had happened to them in the house. So we bonded a little bit over the house and stuff. And, my husband and his best friend, they talked and stuff like that, and we hung out or whatever, but it wasn't like we hung out all the time. Lives take you different directions. Well, a couple of years ago, they moved down to Ohio. And we would go down there and hang out with them. And they were experiencing stuff in their Ohio house. And I will tell you what, their Ohio house was also freaky, just like the Napier house. But so then she was having really bad problems. And this is around the time that I got back into my spirituality. This is the time where my psychic gifts started really kicking in. So I helped her out with some things in her Ohio house. And then she got on the spiritual journey. And now we are best friends. And my friend, her name is Molly. She gave me permission to use her name in this story. And she is like my sister from another mister. But anyways, when me and her get together, it's really weird. Like, psychic phenomenon just happens. But I find that it's so weird that if I hadn't moved into that Napier house and she hadn't moved in right after me, she hadn't gotten together with my husband's best friend, then would we have met? Would we have come together? Would we be experiencing the same psychic things? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments, because it's really weird. I was telling her today, I was like, we should write a book on the Napier house and our experiences. So if you want to know more about this Napier house, if you want me to tell you stories about it on Sunday, and I'll probably work in, on other Sundays, different paranormal experiences of mine. Let me know in the comments below if this is a content that you would like me to put out there, if you're interested in learning all about my horrors, my house of horrors, which was the Napier house. Let me know. Give this video a like. If you want to find out more and you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Wait a minute. Is it that way or is it that way? Hit that subscribe button. But yeah. Oh my God. One instant, she was saying that she went down, and I hope I'm telling it right, Molly. You'll see a lot of Molly. She's a moderator for me when I do my lives and stuff. But she said that one night she went down into the basement and, because the basement, like you went down the stairs and then, okay, so if you're going down the stairs to the right, is a big area. That's where I had my pool table. And there's another little inlet where, stereo was. And then we had a bathroom. And then on the other side of the basement, if you go that way, there was the laundry right back up against, like underneath, almost next to underneath the stairs. And then across from that was a room that housed the well. And that room, oh my God, I'm getting goosebumps just even speaking about it. I've gone down there a couple of times and to do wash. More than a couple of times. I lived in there for 7 years. It was a regular occurrence for me. It was so bad that I would go 2 weeks without doing laundry because I was afraid to go down there. I would just go out and buy clothes because I was afraid to do my own laundry. That's how bad it was. But I was doing laundry. The first time I was doing laundry, I could feel something staring at me from that room. And now this door didn't have a handle. It would like swing open, swing close, swing open, swing close. And one thing to tell you about my basement, it did not have any breeze access at all. I mean, it was a stuffy basement. There was no airflow in that basement at all. And this thing would just swing open and swing closed. And normally, like when I would go down the steps, I'd see the door would be closed. I'd have my back to it, and I'm doing the laundry, and all of a sudden I'd hear the creak, and I'd turn around, and the door would be open. And I would feel like something is staring at me. And I'm not the only one that felt it. She felt it when she was down there doing her laundry. Her sons felt it when they went down there. That room, and it housed the well, and if you hear from a lot of paranormal people, they'll tell you wells are active paranormal places. Now, if you think about it, reflective surfaces, those are like dimensions. Those are doorways to different dimensions, right? And wells, they're down in the earth. So wells are a common place for spiritual activity. And man. Okay, so one more little teaser story. I'm not going to tell you all of Molly's stories yet, but I will get into those. She's given me permission to tell you some of them. But one time I was downstairs playing pool with my sister and my husband. And my husband was like off to the left, like behind me. My sister was right in front of me. I go bend down. Now, if I make this shot, I'm going to win. So I go to make the shot, and I feel right on the back of my neck, like a flick, like that, right? And it hurt. And my hair went whoosh. I'm thinking it's my husband trying to distract me so I don't win. And I look over at him, and his face is drained, and he's looking at me, and I'm saying, "Why did you hit me with the pool stick?" He's like, "I didn't. I swear I didn't hit you with the pool stick." I'm like, "Ha ha, very funny. You made me miss my shot." And then and my sister's like, "Nope, sis, nope. Nope. I look over at her. Her face is white too. She's like, "You were bending down to take the shot, and all of a sudden your hair went." That was the first time I felt it physically attack me. And I'm telling you what, there is more. There is more. So if you want to hear more about this house, this particular house, if you like this type of content, I'm going to be doing them on Sundays, so let me know in the description box below. If you have any paranormal or unexplainable stories that you would like me to tell of yours, and you can remain anonymous. I can make up a different name for you. Email me. My email is in the description box below. Well, I hope you like this little mini story Sunday, spooky story Sunday time. And yeah, that's about all I have to say about that. And I don't know, just something prompted me to get on here and tell you about my paranormal experiences, because I have always, always had paranormal experiences ever since I was little. And I've always been known as the one in the family that's a little kooky, a little out there. It's because I have these paranormal experiences. I have so many of them, I could probably write about 40 or 50 books. But yeah, maybe I should. Alrighty, thank you all for watching. I am so glad that you stopped by to click onto this video, and I will see you all in my weekly tarots if you are into that thing. If not, I will see you next Sunday with the next spooky story time. Bye.